Okay, we're now joined by Kieran Best and his fantastic workshop around us. An amazing setup. Congratulations, Kieran, on your award. No doubt you were very surprised to receive this.
Shocked and stunned. Yep. I had to put the letter down and walk away and come back and try again. It took me about 10 minutes to actually get to read it. And
well, over the years you will have framed a few certificates for us, and I bet it's a surprise to get one with your name on it.
it certainly was. I never ever considered that I'd be there.
Yeah, well, you are. So we're going to ask a few questions about you and some of the things you've done. And I guess the best place to start is just a little bit about your earlier days. You weren't born and bred in Stratford, you came here.
Yeah, I was born and bred in Timaru and lived the first 17 years of my life there. Yeah. And my first job was in Hastings, working for New Zealand Aerial Mapping Limited.
All right.
And through that I ended up then going into photography, went back to Timaru for 18 months, back to Hastings, and then in December '69 got married and come over here to take over Arnold Kilmister's studio. Yeah,
I remember that little upstairs place.
Above the Hobnob.
Above the Hobnob, that's right. Yeah. And you're a photographer, a professional photographer for quite a number of years.
Till about 96.
Okay.
When things had changed, everything was going electronic, and things had slowed down because everybody had cameras.
Yep.
And I applied for the first job in my life.
Okay, and that was at council?
And that was at council as a parking warden. A
parking warden, okay. We'll come back to that, I know. So I know, and most of the people in our community will know, that you're a long-serving employee, more than 25 years.
Yeah, that's right.
And during that time you were a parking warden and, of course, our dog ranger. And you affectionately became known as the sheriff.
I was nicknamed the sheriff, yes.
And that was to do with the big sort of Clint Eastwood hat and the belt and all the bits that went with it. So you must have had some interesting discussions with people over parking tickets.
Oh, I certainly did, yes. And I found the best thing to do was not to try and justify what I'd done, was just let them get the steam off their shoulders and tell them to enjoy their day and walk away.
It's amazing when people break the parking rules, how the view is that I'm always right and I was only doing it for a second. So, and I heard plenty of those conversations.
Yes.
During your time while you were working at council, but also just obviously in your spare time, you did a lot of things in terms of voluntary work in the community, and one of the standouts for me is the fact that you're a Gold Star fireman, 25 years in the fire service.
That's right.
Yeah. And that was obviously something that was really special to you.
It was serving the community, which I have always wanted to do ever since I became a cub as a 6-year-old. Just sort of steamrolled, involved with school committees, all that sort of thing. And
so one of the little spin-offs from the fire service was that you were the rural support or fire officer. I think you were the only one, and our firefighting equipment at council was a shovel and a bucket, is that right?
Oh, and there was a pump.
And none of them had ever been used in anger.
That's correct, a lot of practice time. Principal rural fire officer, it was known as. And yes, because I had done 25 years in the brigade, they jumped on me.
So that was a useful thing to transfer across to your work.
It was,
but an achievement in its own right. And another spin-off, I guess, from your work at council was your involvement with the New Zealand Animal Institute. And just want to talk to me about what that's about and your role there.
Yes, it was the Animal Control Officers group, which came from the Hydatis days. It was the Hydatis Council. Then it changed when, I think it was 96, when Hydatis had been wiped out. Basically. It was changed to the Institute of Animals.
It's not the sexiest sounding title, it's not the sort of thing that people would want to queue up to do. So
no, that's right.
It sounds like a labour of love.
That's right, and more recently we became the New Zealand Institute of Animal Management. It covers staff at most of the territorial authorities that have animal control.
And even though you're not on the cold front face anymore, you're still involved with the organisation as the current chairman or president.
That's correct, yes.
It's interesting that you still keep going there, which is great. Another one that you've been heavily involved with over a 50-year period is the AA, which is, of course, the Automobile Association.
That's correct.
And you've been on the lead committee of that right through that period. Yes,
I started when we had two AA organisations which were independent groups from the New Zealand AA at that stage. There was South Taranaki and New Plymouth.
Yeah.
And during my tenure in South Taranaki as the council or the president of it, or chairman, we amalgamated with New Plymouth, and that was NZAA wanted to have one body instead of bodies right throughout the country. And so since that happened, I've been on the Taranaki Automobile District Council, and we meet monthly basis.
A very credible organisation and a great lobby group and supportive of its members.
Very much so, yes.
Very well respected.
Yeah.
Kieran, I just want to move on to one other thing because we're running a little short of time now. One of the big things that you've been involved with in more recent years is the Big Brothers, Big Sisters movement.
That's right.
And you've had some mentorees, and you've still got someone that you look after in that respect.
I do, that's right, yes. I had one young fella for 3 years, and he suddenly got shifted to Nelson, and that blew me out of the water a bit, and it took a while to be encouraged to come back again. And so I'm now coming up to 7 years with my current mentoree. And with any luck, I'll have another 3 years with him. Once they get to 18, we lose them through the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, but I hope that our relationship will continue.
Yeah, so sort of a father-son thing.
Very much so in this case.
And I see in that little bit of spare time that you might have, you also drive a minibus for the Alzheimer's people.
That's right, as a backup. I've got a 6-week stint coming up. The current driver's having surgery. So
very cool. So, you know, I mean, Big Brothers is an amazing organisation, and it's only brought about by the people like yourself. So.
That's correct, yeah.
Kieran, you've got a great track record of community service. You've done all that time in AA, the fire service, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, a tremendous record, and you've served our community well for many years. So I think you're an absolutely worthy and credible person to get a Citizens Award, and my congratulations to you.
Thanks, Neil. Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers, mate.
Still blown away.
Yeah.